Well guys, this is my new Volvo. It's 1998 Volvo S90, which is same as Volvo 960 and 940. They just kept changing name, but it was pretty much the same vehicle. I picked this up about a week and a half ago for a song. Basically paid scrap metal. It was going to a junkyard, and I decided to save it and see if I can fix it. So I bought this car from Julia and Travis. If you guys are watching this, thanks for the car. Unfortunately, they kind of trusted their mechanic, which told him it's going to be thousands of dollars to fix this vehicle, to put it back on the road. I mean, yeah, I had to do the brakes. As you can see, I put new rotors and pads on him, but they were told that the calipers were seized up, which you can see I pushed the calipers right in. The pins, all the pins are moving, no problems. This sway bar links were all broken, just hanging there, banging all over the place, and put new rotors and pads all around. Same thing here. You know, they were told the calipers were seized up. That was not the case. As you can see, I already did this side. Hopefully you can see it or not. The brakes are all done on this side, so that's why I'm just finishing it up. The catalytic converter, which they were told they need a new one, functions 100%. I tested it, no problem. The exhaust system needed new mounts. They're all rusted away, so, and the rubber broke, so I got the new rubber mounts and stuff for the exhaust. I got everything at Rock Auto for $96. And I paid $20 in the junkyard for a few parts. I got the cabin filter, thermostat, these little mounts for the air pump. And the air pump was the main issue with emissions, because here in Indiana, we're in northern Indiana, a couple miles from Michigan, and this car did not pass emission last time. I got to receive a waiver because I checked online, and the waiver is if you spend like $500 or $600, they'll waive it up for you for 2 years, and then but you can only waive it once. And the whole problem was with this pump. The mount broke, the pump fell down, kinked the hose, and wasn't supplying the air, and the car was running rich, dumping fuel down the exhaust. And so like I said, I got about $100 worth of Rock Auto parts from rockauto.com, and then at the junkyard I picked up a bunch of little parts. These lights are all broken, so I got those. The fuel door was missing. Thankfully, there's a couple these Volvos in the junkyard exactly the same color, so I got the fuel door. I got the trim here, which is still not attached. I gotta snap that in. That was broken. The doors were all broken inside when you pulled on the door. This thing was just all coming off. Couldn't open the hood. Couldn't open the back doors. Just a lot of rusted stuff, but really this vehicle has zero rust. Couple little tiny spots I'll show you later. Basically the hood I couldn't open. Now it's just bang, the hood opens, no problem. So anyways, this is how the hood opens now. Couldn't open the hood up, and then so I just had to lubricate a lot of hinges and stuff like that, and cable, and just little minor stuff. This is where the air pump was that was causing all the emission problems. Steering pump is running a little weak, so I can get one in a junkyard for $20 or $15. So I'm hoping by the time I'm done it'll be under $450, maybe under $500 by the time I do a timing job. I got the belt and everything else for it. And then what else I have to do? Hang up the exhaust. That's about it. Now these Volvos, this is a straight 6. They're just famous to go. Oh my goodness, you see them on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace with 600, 700,000 miles. Oh yeah, rust. This is the spot that has a rust on this side. It also has a rusty here by the battery. Obviously the acid spilled on one of the batteries and ate the paint and corroded this whole corner, which I'll get some sheet metal and reinforce it. Of course you got a rust on all the cast iron metal parts, but that's to be expected. You know, this is Indiana, Michigan. Salt everywhere. So anyways, that's the body rust here, and then I'll show you on the other side. Hey puppy. He's helping. He's always helping. And on this side you got this little tiny bubble here, and it's bubbling here. And I guess there's a little tiny little, you know, but this is 21-year-old car. It's a little dirty on the inside. That's pretty much saturated with Pepsi or root beer, who knows what. But yeah, this is, you know, as you can see, it's power everything. This light is hanging, I have to fix that. Well, I already have the light somewhere in the back because it was broken. Like stuff like that, I got it all from the junkyard for $20 total. And then it's even got the heated seats too, and they do work. They didn't work, but the fuse was blown, so I'm sure there's a short somewhere that I'll find later. I have yet to get in the trunk. I need a master key. There's a valet key which opens the doors and starts the car, and there's a master key that opens the trunk and everything else. And unfortunately they only had the valet key. And you know, here you got the typical rust. This is all cast iron parts. They never paint those, and the shocks are rusted, and you can get those for nothing, like $15 to replace them. But thankfully all the bushings, all the rubber bushings are still intact, so I don't have to replace those. Nothing is cracked. So yeah, the car needs you know, serious cleaning. This is, like I said, this car hasn't been washed in a long time. It was sitting around, and it's pretty filthy on the inside. But little bit of detailing. This is cracked from the sun, but I didn't have the proper tool to pull it off, so I have to go back and get it. And then and that's about it. It should be a good car. It should last another 10-20 years. Heck, like I said, you can put 1,000,000 miles on these cars. They're bulletproof, especially the engine and transmission. Because this is 98, and 99 was the last year of rear-wheel drive Volvo. Then they went to a front-wheel drive, and then nothing but issues with transmissions. Just major issues, especially the 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5 year model. Just you see so many of them for sale with bad transmissions. This engine runs so smooth, it's crazy. Come on, boy. No, we're not going for a ride. He wants to ride. He loves riding in the car. But we got a van for that. But this engine runs so quiet and smooth, it's insane. Absolutely insane. I've never had a car with an engine this smooth. When you drive it, you don't even hear it. It's like when I stop somewhere, I don't know the engine if it's on or not. Here's a cup. Just look how smooth. You got it, just tiny waves. That's probably sitting on the angle. But yeah. This engine is silky smooth. So like I said, I still have some work to do. Timing belt. See, this is a Gates timing belt for it. But usually I don't like to buy water pumps and everything else till I take the belt off and check it. Because I like to leave original. Original Volvo parts are better than the replacement Chinese parts. And if the bearing is a little dry, I'll drill a tiny hole, inject grease to it, seal the hole, and it'll last another 10 years. It's a square vehicle, just the way I like them, with the lights, just like my Caprice used to be. Unfortunately, I had to sell my Caprice because we sold the house and we moved into this and traveled. Still traveling, but just taking a break for now. That's why I bought this vehicle, so I can drive it around instead of driving my truck, which gets 12 miles to a gallon. So yeah, it's a really nice car. I love it. Alright, thanks for watching.